What's good, folks? Welcome back to the Furnished Mind. And remember, Christ is King. Let's go. We got some videos here today. First of all, hopefully everybody enjoyed their Christmas season. Remember, Christmas, not Happy Holidays. We say Happy or Merry Christmas. Jesus is the reason for the season. So with that being said, got some interesting videos here. I just want to kind of dive into this video. First, we're going to dive into was a Delta employee checking one of the Rainbow Gang members who were trying to film and get a rise out of an employee to try to claim that you're misgendering them on purpose, you're using the wrong pronouns, when really this man was just trying to work and get paid and go home and be with his family over the holidays. But let's go ahead and dive into the video.
What about when a Delta employee misgenders you intentionally?
While he's talking, you're talking.
You just misgendered me again.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Gotcha.
Both of you have.
Sorry.
Wasn't intentional, but if you want to take it personal, that's also.
Well, she did do it intentionally twice.
You're talking to me too.
You said she and then you said he.
You're being condescending, and if you want to continue, I have full authority escort you out the building right this moment. If you want to play that game with me.
Okay.
Would you like to continue 3 days before Christmas? I really don't mind.
I'm good. I'll just put this on.
My boy, that's how we do it. You guys stand 10 toes down. And I just love how professional he was. He was assertive. He didn't back down. And a lot of the times with these engagements, what they're looking for you is to get scared because they know you're going to start scurrying backwards. And once they see your back and you're running away, they know they got you. That's when they're going to start raising their voice. They're going to start using ad hominems, asking for managers, all the above. But what he did was absolutely flawless. He didn't allow himself to get punked. You can make crazy accusations about me misgendering you. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. We look up, we see a face, sir or ma'am, that's it. That's it, that's the end of it. Nobody's trying to gun for you. Nobody woke up with the mindset of, let's go ahead and ruffle some feathers. That was not it. This man's obviously working at an airport, and you know the holiday season, his Christmas season is gonna be very busy. He's probably stressed out. My man's just want to go home and make sure that paycheck hits so he can provide gifts for him if he has a family or just pay bills. That's it. But here we go, another failed attempt at riling up headlines and stirring controversies. But once again, like I said, I just love how assertive and professional my man's was, and he didn't turn his back. So with that being said, let's go ahead and transition on to our next vid. You know, I found this post very interesting because, you know, we're coming on to an election year, 2024. Trump has not stopped. He utilizes his social media company called Truth Social. That was his response after getting kicked off of Twitter pre-2020 when they were under the leadership of Jack Dorsey, and they were going censor crazy on everybody. But this was, I thought, a very intriguing post from him. Merry Christmas to all, including crooked Joe Biden's only hope, deranged Jack Smith, the out-of-control lunatic who just hired outside attorneys fresh from the swamp, unprecedented, to help him with his poorly executed witch hunt against Trump and MAGA. Included are also world leaders, both good and bad, but none of which are evil and sick as the thugs who we have inside our country, who with their open borders, inflation, Afghanistan surrender, Green New scam, high taxes, no energy independence, woke militaries, Russia/Ukraine, Israel/Iran, all electric car lunacy, and so much more are looking to destroy our once great USA. May they rot in hell. Again, Merry Christmas. Yo, side note, Donald Trump is still one of the funniest, just one of the unintentionally funniest dudes ever. Like, everything he says is so funny. I don't know why. But let's kind of just dive in. Like, first and foremost, the reason why he took this shot was the very first line. He said, Merry Christmas. Joe Biden's administration, they refuse to say Merry Christmas. They're saying Happy Holidays. Presidents usually release a Christmas commercial, some kind of themed commercial. Under Trump's presidency, him and his wife, they had a beautiful Merry Christmas video they put out. Joe Biden did a Happy Holidays video where he brought in Transformers as dancers, and they did a Happy Holidays salute themed video, which obviously is a slap in the face to Christians everywhere. And that's the one thing they know about Christians is we don't stand up for ourselves. We allow anybody to steamroll us, anybody to insult us. Whereas if it was Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, They would never have done such a thing. That would be considered socially insensitive. Somebody would be getting fired. Somebody might even get assaulted because they don't play about theirs. But what do Christians do? We just sit there and allow it. So that was more so the main reason why he did the Merry Christmas. And then, of course, him just kind of outlining a lot of the mistakes that Joe Biden made. Remember when Biden first came into presidency, the Afghanistan surrender was one of the most disgusting and unorganized things we've ever seen. It was televised. He pulled the plug on Afghanistan, which caused a power vacuum, which instantly got filled. And unfortunately for Afghanistan, all the progress they made was wiped out in a matter of hours. He left millions and millions of dollars worth of equipment there, which now all the Islamists, the radical Islamist regimes all have a hold of now, including weaponry, vehicles, planes, copters. Who knows, maybe some data that was rare and necessary, valuable. We allowed them to retrieve it. Afghanistan has suffered. The women have fallen back 50 years within a matter of hours. The open borders issue, we already know what's going on there, is intentional. They're trying to watch America implode. Our border issue is an absolute crisis, but Biden will continue to ignore it. In fact, there was a story, I don't remember, it was probably a month or two ago, where the Texas Governor Greg Abbott, they put up some makeshift walls on the southern border to prevent the influx of more Mexican migrants. Joe Biden sent people down there to wipe down the walls. He literally destroyed the walls that an American governor made. What is your intention? Whose team are you on right now? These people are dealing with the consequences of having open borders, and we're just allowing it. Not we, more so your administration is allowing it. What are you going to do? I think he's made it known that he's on the side of the WEF, World Economic Forum, the globalist puppets, and they need to see the West collapse before the final one world government comes into play. High taxes, we already know what that is. I think inflation has been manufactured purposely to see middle America basically faceplant. We can't do it on our own anymore. Unless you're in the top 10%, those are the only people who have a chance to keep their head above water. But this whole idea with inflation just rising uncontrollably, it was by design. It's not an accident. Obviously, the woke military. Let's talk about Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Iran. We're at a point now in our country where we could probably be in a minimum 3 wars simultaneously. Number one, we've already sent billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine, sending billions and billions of dollars into the Middle East to Israel. Obviously, we support Israel, but to be in simultaneous wars is what's absurd. It's illogical for us to throw all our resources at Ukraine in their dealings with Russia trying to recreate the Soviet Union. We can't throw all our money at Israel because they're going to literally get involved with every Middle Eastern nation around them. Every nation that surrounds them will go to war if we continue to get involved. We have to pick one. And then not to mention China, they're trying to annex Taiwan. And we can't allow that because that's a chess move on China's behalf. Why? Because Taiwan basically has a monopoly on the superconductor chips that we need to create, that we use to power our cars, the new electric motors we use for our phones. We don't make chips anymore. We stopped. We thought it wasn't important anymore. So now Taiwan has a monopoly on the chip creation in our world. And because of that, we can't allow them to annex Taiwan. So now we have an issue with superpower China, superpower Russia, and the entire Middle East, basically, if it comes down to Israel. That's where Joe Biden has us now. This is so bad. If Joe Biden incorrectly proceeds in how he handles a lot of these geopolitical issues, when people say World War III, it's not used lightly. This is a very plausible outcome if Joe Biden does not play his cards right. This is why we need to get him out of office as quickly as possible and bring back somebody that's competent. But to be honest, a lot of people are arguing that the damage has already been done. With that being said, y'all let me know your thoughts. Some crazy content here, pretty funny, but nonetheless, hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas. Deuces.